Am I the a-hole for telling my fiancé that I'm uncomfortable with a female friend he's known for only a month and ask that he not be friends with her?
Okay.
So to start off, I never saw myself as the jealous type. I feel like I trust my fiancé enough to know he'd do right by me and leave before he would ever cheat on me. Lately, because of the stress of wedding planning, we haven't made much time for each other, but other than that, I wasn't aware that anything was wrong with our relationship. Everything seemed okay. Recently, though, my fiancé has been complaining about work and how unhappy he is, and I offer him some advice and that he should apply to a different department. He was combative, saying he doesn't have the qualifications, doesn't want to be rejected, etc., etc. I find out that he's been talking to someone in a different department at work. We work at the same company, forgot to mention, and that he decided to apply per their suggestion. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, cool. He's making friends at least, which he has trouble making. Not but 3 weeks ago, he up and left in the middle of the day. I work weekend overnights, so I'm usually sleeping, and doesn't say a word. I wait about 5 hours for him to come home before I have to leave for my friend's birthday dinner. He sees me leave and asks me where I'm going, in which I tell him, and he proceeds to have a conversation with me without any mention of where he went. Later that night, I am getting ready to go to work after the dinner, and I ask him where he went. He said he was out with said female discussing PC parts because she needed help building a PC. He works in IT, so I didn't think anything of that either. Next day comes around and he mentions before I go to work that he's going to play pickleball with some friends. His guy friends live about half an hour away, so he usually drives up there to see them, and he mentioned that's where he was going, so I thought he was going to hang out with his guy friends. Didn't think anything of it. Next day tells me that it was with female friend and her partner. Mask female, kinda irrelevant here, but thought I'd mention. Monday comes around, and this is our first day off together in a hot minute, and my desire was to go eat at a hot pot place together, so I asked him if there was anything he planned on doing today. He stated he was going to drive up to see said female to finalize the PC part purchases. I, not thinking anything was amiss, asked if we could go to the hot pot place that was up there, kill two birds kind of suggestion, and he asked if it was okay for said female and her partner to come along. I said yeah, the more the merrier. Within the first 15 to 20 minutes of us sitting down, me meeting this female friend of his for the first time, I get this gut-wrenching feeling like I was third-wheeling. I don't say anything because I gaslit myself into thinking I was being psycho, crazy, jealous fiancé and just needed to take a chill pill. Later, when we're about to leave, I promised my friend I would look after her cat for her, so I told her I would let her know when my fiancé and I would come back to have her drop off her cat. He said he still had things to do with said female friend and told me to go home without him and she'd give him a ride home. I'm like, sure, I don't want to keep my friend waiting, I suppose. 4 hours go by. My friend and I had been just chatting and letting our cats get used to each other, and it's finally midnight and he comes home. Except she comes into the house too, because they weren't done deciding on parts for the PC. I let them do their thing. She finally leaves. His first asked because he asked this earlier that day that he wanted my opinion on her, and I said I don't feel comfortable with him being friends with her. He asks why, and we get into a conversation that kind of goes nowhere, and then he texts her how I feel about her. I'm tired at this point. I let it go again, equating it to me being crazy. I spent a whole week feeling like what I felt didn't get resolved. I didn't feel reassured, so I asked him that weekend if he'd be okay putting the friendship in the back burner until we figure out what's going on between us. He's not really listening, so I take off my ring. We get to a point where it seems like we had some sort of agreement on things. But then he asks if it was still okay if he went to a con with a friend and her partner, since he already made plans to do so, and he hates flaking on people. I understand that and state it's fine, but I still feel hurt. We have now gotten to a point where we are now seeing a couples therapist. I'm certain I want to marry him, but it seems like his issue with me is he can't effectively communicate with me when he's upset about something, and now feels like his reasoning for wanting to marry me isn't the same as my reasoning for wanting to marry him. I can't marry someone who can't trust me to properly communicate with them. So, am I the a-hole for asking him to not be this female's friend? He stated I was controlling him, and I'm not sure if I am or not. TLDR. Fiancé made a female friend that he ended up spending a whole weekend hanging out with her, being vague about it, and someone I haven't met, and he's only known for a month. Finally met her and told him I feel uncomfortable with their friendship. Doesn't reassure me by going and telling her how I feel about her/them, and now he's calling me controlling because I asked him not to be friends with her.